Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to IWF Yard Superstars. We're coming off a tremendous show from the following week with the shocking news of the officer being the new owner of the IWF. Also, a very shocking turn of events that saw Ross Rick become the Intercontinental Champion and HWF Hardcore Champion at the same time, at the expense, unfortunately, of the man who was cost that match by the officer as well. What's going to happen? Stay tuned.
With Bet Hemingway, this is Stanley Whitworth. James! And Brett, Bet, well, I don't get this.
This is just an atrocity. I cannot believe what happened to the man, this up-and-coming great athlete.
The man, he was screwed, literally screwed out of his Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship. And of course, Ross Rick has it now. But he was screwed by the officer. I just don't understand it. I don't understand why he had to interfere in the match.
I knew that this was not going to bode well for anyone here in the IWF as soon as I heard that the officer was the sole owner.
Yeah, see, the officer has been chapping my hide as of late. He's just been chapping my hide. I just don't understand.
Oh, God.
Oh, Lord, it's the hideous music again.
Oh, God. My God.
Oh, Lord. And he's been so pumped. This man used to stand for true justice. And he's now a vigilante. I don't get what he's doing. I don't get him. What? Maybe you can help me with this. I don't understand it.
You know, it's just a terrible thing to see. When I came here, he had great integrity, he was a great man, and I guess just some things, even a great integrity man like the officer can't stand up under.
Oh my goodness. This is horrible. And I'm interested to see what he has to say. I want to know what is in this man's heart. What is he going to say?
Oh, I wish he would just go die.
A lot of people
187.
as to what happened last week during the main event. Well, all I have to say is people need to open their ears and listen up. I wasn't playing
speech impediment
when I said that things were going to be different out here. Things were going to be more strict, and that this Fed was going to be about justice.
Oh, you mean about him?
Now everyone is acting
that is more true
like
than
the
you know.
officer screwed the man. Well, the fact of the matter is, the man screwed the officer.
Now, how is that possible? Although in most cases, I would like the man to be screwed, but this is ridiculous.
I have to ask anybody out there, did anyone not watch Retribution? I guess it's okay for the man to just walk in and cost me my chance to get back on the top. My chance to put food back on my table and clothes on my back and support my family.
Well,
but no one ever talks about that. No one talks about what happened to Officer.
Good question.
All they want to talk about is what happened to the man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what happened to the man was justice. And last week, you saw the justice that happened to the man. The justice that the officer will inflict upon everyone in this Fed that wrongs the good, or more importantly, wrongs me.
Now we get to the heart of it.
Yes, he is.
That's what happened to the man.
Screwing himself a tad here.
How does it feel, man?
Now that's not a nasty. That's not a good picture.
To have that apology that you gave to me shoved right back up your backside.
That's just,
well,
that's awful.
What a pompous
you're gonna see
windbag.
it. You're gonna relive it for the rest of your days in the IWF. As long as that gold is around the waist of Ross Rick, you will never, ever forget the officer.
I just don't believe this.
I don't think the reason I will ever forget the officer is that terrible stench.
Now, what I'd like to go on to
Donuts
next,
and old. And
there's another matter
bad beer.
that is
Bacon.
before the age of light this week,
Stale coffee.
and that's matters involving the one and only Night Train.
Oh, now this should be interesting.
Now, Night Train,
I actually would prefer the night train at this moment, which I thought I'd never say.
you were just a
Wow.
victim of circumstances. Now, you're asking what that's about. Let's rewind back to Retribution. We have Moneymaker Mike, who robbed the officer of his livelihood.
Oh, Lord, here we go. The pity party train starts.
So all I did was go in there and serve justice to the moneymaker.
Justice.
Does
Please.
this had nothing to do with Night Train? But what does Night Train decide to do? What is his gratitude for the gift that was bestowed upon him of the IWF Heavyweight Champion? He talks trash about the IWF. He talks trash about the Age of Light.
The age
And he
of darkness
talks
is more
trash
like it.
about the officer.
Well, that's easy.
Well, Night Train, we've crossed paths before, but never before have you faced the full might of the officer. So today, I'm going to show you what that Age of Light is all about. And today, my friend, is the beginning of serving you justice. Be ready.
And there goes the villain for RoboCop. I mean, the officer. And I just don't understand this. What is this justice crap? If justice means that people have to be beaten, that's not justice. Well, anyway, the match between Ross Rick and the officer versus the man in Night Train is next.
And welcome back to IWF Superstars. This is Huge Ass reporting, and it looks like Night Train has something to say. This could be interesting. Oh, it
You know, I was
Looks pretty big.
enjoying my bout of greatness.
makes the boat look pretty small.
I was enjoying being where I'm supposed to be, in the spotlight.
I'm surprised you could get out your front door.
I was enjoying the rain to end all rains. When,
Chocolate rain?
unfortunately, the blowhard known as the officer opened his mouth and spewed crap. Now, he's done that all throughout his career. It's just that now the crap is so full that city dumps would compare to him. Now,
Speaking of dumps,
this is what I
the monster
propose.
one last night was great.
Officer, I know you're in the building. I don't care if you own this arena. I don't care if you own this federation. I don't care if you own the city, the state, the country, the world. I don't care. It doesn't matter. What you will do is you will walk your big dumb behind to the center of this ring, huff, puff, blow down the house, and then
You're
you
one
will
to
walk
talk.
back with your tail between your legs now.
So you're saying he's a first.
You will come now to this ring.
Someone's a coward.
That's what I thought. That's exactly what I thought.
Well,
Officer,
we have
you are
what
nothing
looks like-
more than an absolute
Ooh.
As I said, officer, you are nothing more than a Excuse me, son, what are you doing in my ring?
You know, Night Train.
Who made it
usually
your
I would be
ring?
coming out here telling you to shut your big hole. But today, we're on the same page. I feel the same way about the officer as you do. And I think that he should come out here and take a beating for what he's done to me and you.
Do I foresee an alliance forming?
Now,
Maybe.
No,
Maybe not.
I have to say, since of course my bronze skin is it's noticeable to everyone. Anyone known as the man, I'd want to take this fist and cram it down his throat.
Oh, you got it right. I'm not saying we're friends or anything good like that. I'm just agreeing with you on one subject, and that is the stink hole, the donut hole.
I like donuts.
Well, I will say this. I will spare you the kicking that you deserve. Because you know, son, you do not have the ability that I do. Now, what will happen?
Oh, what do we have here?
Look, monkey in the back, stop playing that music!
Sorry, the officer is back.
Cut the music.
I don't believe this.
I
You
don't-
have a stoner,
I don't really know.
and you
who's-
have a pig.
Well, it
Who's
looks
bigger?
like we have a nice little
Night Train or the
united
officer?
IWF front here.
How do they all fit in the ring like that?
First off,
I don't quite understand.
man, you were an example last week of what I want the IWF to become. So, as far as I'm concerned, my business with you is done. Your business is with Ross Rick. And I'm going to tell you one
Ooh,
thing.
Rostrick. He's pretty cool.
We
He's
got
a pretty cool
pay-per-view
guy.
coming up.
He wins
next.
titles and doesn't afraid of anything.
A couple weeks. Point of no return. And at that pay-per-view, I'm going to show you the hard justice that I'm going to
Hard
be using to make an
justice?
example of every wrestler that tries to cross my path here in the Federation. So, what I'm going to do is I'm giving you
So,
a rematch
apparently,
against Ross
Justice,
Rick
Justice is eating donuts and drinking coffee.
for your Intercontinental,
Oh, nice.
or his Intercontinental, and his HWF Hardcore title. What
I
do you
prefer
think about
vodka
that?
myself.
I'd rather have you, but I'll take the belts anyway.
Whoa!
Now, to the business at hand.
Hello.
I think you were saying something, Night Train?
Yes, I was. Now, I'm glad that you're finally showing donut holes that you probably call a set to walk your big carcass into the ring. What I'm proposing is this. You have the audacity, the nerve, the gall to want to play God to everybody here, including me. Well, you know what? I'm sick and tired of it.
That's a little bit too close for comfort.
And what I'm going to propose to you right now, you will have no choice but to accept. Point of no return, since you don't want any part of me tonight, because I gave you the golden carpet. I rolled it out. What did you do? You stood there and did nothing. So, coward, since it won't be tonight, at point of no return, you and me, when I beat you, and you know I will beat you, you will usurp
Someone's a little
100%
cocky.
of the IWF. Now, I don't care if I rule it, but I know you should not. What do you say?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, Night Train. Yeah, I don't think anybody
like the
deserves
sound
to
of that.
see any kind of match tonight. Simply because I am the officer. And I think enough justice has been dispensed for the time being. But I will say this. I find with your proposal very intriguing. And I accept on one condition.
I don't like the sound of that.
We've had our battles before, but never has it been this epic. So I lay before you this. You're willing to take away my age of light,
I don't like Age of Faggotry.
then you better be willing to put up your career And you don't have any say in the matter. I've signed the contract. I knew where you were going with this night train. So at point of no return, in a couple of weeks, your IWF career is over. Bet on that.
Oh, well then, before you go, you like to spew the word justice. Well, see, where I come, we do street justice. Street justice is this.
Oh, oh wow. I'm at a loss of words now. And the officer is down, and I'm surprised he could get up. As big as he is, I'm surprised he even got up.
At point of no return, this will be mine, and you will be off the force forever.
They're struggling to get up. A little bit angry. How nice.
This is Stanley Whitworth James. Loving all this action that we're seeing. It's time to go. We shall see you next week. Seasons meetings.